Trump, the administration, they are rewriting his executive orders on the temporary travel ban on immigration and refugees. What is this revised executive orders? What are they liable to look like? We're going to get some analysis on this now with Craig Bannister. He's editor, communications director for mrctv.org, cnsnews.com, who wrote a great piece on this. Joins me now. Craig, thanks for being with us today.
Yes, hi, Bob.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, what we don't know the details yet of this, but some stuff has been able to be gleaned from this. What are you guys finding so far that is liable to be different versus the same in his revised executive orders?
Well, I think a lot of it will be tightening up the language of this to make it bulletproof as much as possible. Protecting it from activist judges, where, as someone was saying today earlier on talk radio, that the big threat is one activist judge, whereas when they're able to actually get this in front of a court when it's challenged, the odds of it being upheld are much greater, as with the initial immigration orders. With this, expect to see a lot of the same. The cap of 50,000 refugees this year, which is down substantially from the huge surges that President Obama had mandated.
Yeah, but only in his last year. Only in his last year, because if you look at the first 7 years of his presidency, he averaged about 50,000 a year. So Trump's only going back to the average, just not counting Obama's last year.
Right, but that doesn't leave. But so many have come in so far, that doesn't leave many more for the remainder of this fiscal year. It looks like over the next 7 months, we'll see fewer than 14,000 more refugees admitted, which is down substantially. And as you said, the Obama last fall had a ceiling of 110,000, which was up over 57%. And so now you see this is being ratcheted back down. You're also going to see restrictions on people from those same 7 state sponsors of terror, but not green card holders. Or people who I guess are gainfully employed in the U.S.
Craig, it seems to me though that there's not a lot of changes that can really be made here anything substantial. Yes, they can put in some specifics about, okay, well, if you're a green card holder, this wouldn't apply to you. If you already have been approved for a visa, this would not apply to you. If you're already in transit, or you're at an airport already, or you're on U.S. soil already, okay, he can put in some stuff like that the left has seized on. It's like, okay, fine, but other than that, it seems like the general substantive part of his order is pretty much going to be the same. The 50,000 cap, the 90-day, the 120-day, the same 7 nations that the Obama administration named as the most dangerous nations, terrorist-related. So it seems like the bulk of this is going to stay the same. He just has to put a lot more salesmanship in there to try to close up any loopholes.
Well, exactly, as I said, and I think a lot more attention was put into the details of this in order to make it legally bulletproof, so that it will stand up to challenges, because, yes, the left is going to challenge it. They want open borders. They want people to be able to enter the country unfettered and unrestrained, despite any ill will they might have towards the U.S. So
it seems as though there's kind of a fundamental philosophical question that I don't know if many in the left really want to even address, and that is, do people that are not United States citizens, these are people living in other countries, and they merely want to come to the United States to either visit or to move here, by their mere desire to want to come here, do they have constitutional rights? Does the United States Constitution apply to all 7 billion human beings on planet Earth? We know that's not the intention. We know that's not what the Constitution itself says. It's about the United States. But so many on the left are now saying, well, yeah, but these people wanting to come to this country aren't receiving due process. If they're not on U.S. soil, then they're not under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Constitution. I mean, I'm not a law professor, but what am I missing here?
Well, I think you're exactly right, and the Supreme Court right now is apparently getting ready to take up a case to decide whether or not foreigners have constitutional rights, and that, of course, could set some either very reassuring or very dangerous precedents for us.
Well, yeah, what do we do if we go to war? I mean, how do you drop a bomb on any nation? Because those people, even if they're an enemy combatant, wouldn't they therefore be entitled to due process and jury of their peers and everything else constitutional? I mean, how can you extend the U.S. Constitution to people in other countries? That's absurd if you take it to its logical conclusion.
Well, exactly. But again, there is this logically challenged mentality on the left to believe that yes, anyone has the same rights as a U.S. citizen.
Well, I guess that's the new Geneva Convention now.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that why we have the Geneva Convention?
I know. Well, but what? You're going to have soldiers on the battlefield, and they're pointing the gun, and it's like they can't shoot the enemy now because the enemy is like, oh, no, wait, I have a constitutional right. Oh, by the way, you didn't Mirandize me, and where's my lawyer? And I'm allowed to, these are the constitutional rights, and jury my peers, and no, I'm not. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, exactly. Where's this? So, oh boy, it's a scary time. All right, well, real quick.
But I do see a light at the end of the tunnel, though.
Yeah.
I do think that, especially with this election, Americans are beginning to have their fill of a lot of this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Real quick, we had about 20 seconds left. Are your reporters and people that are kind of connected, are they getting any sense of when this executive order is going to be released?
No.